Alicia says, my computer has a quad-core processor, so it will run twice as fast as a computer with a dual-core processor. Explain why this statement is not always true. Now, if you're thinking of processors now, and thinking, how am I going to answer this? Quad-core, dual-core, why? What? You've been thrown by the question. The question is not asking you about processors. It isn't. It's asking you about computers. So if you see, in fact, let's just really emphasize this, because if you see a question about processors, like we've seen in a previous question, if you see a question about processors or anything to do with von Neumann, and the actual question is talking about computers, it wants you to talk about other things. It doesn't want you to talk about the processor. It wants you to talk about the other parts of the system. It wants you to talk about the computer, not just the processor. So my computer has a quad core, fine. So it will run twice as fast as a computer with a dual core. So twice as fast as a computer with a dual core. Explain, so we're going to use the word because or this means or something like that, why it's not always true. So we're going to go for the negative. So we're not comparing quad core and dual core processors as such. So if I write a quad core processor has 4 cores and a dual core has 2 cores, I'm not going to pick up any marks for that because it's not asking me that. It's asking me about computers. So explain why this statement is not always true. So a dual core may, actually we'll say the dual core because we're talking about a specific computer in the question. The dual core computer may run faster if it has more RAM. Right, so having more RAM in your computer can make it faster. We could also say it would run faster if it had a larger cache size. I'm going to flip it. You can say this either way. The quad-core computer, we're not talking about processors, the quad-core computer may have much smaller cache size. May have a much smaller cache size. What else affects the speed of a computer? We're not talking about processors, we're talking about the speed of a computer. Well, clock speed. So the dual core may have a substantially higher clock speed. There we go, nailed it. 3 marks, 3 things. Dual core may run faster if it has more RAM. Okay. The quad core computer may have a much smaller cache size. We could tag on the end, this will make, so therefore it will run slower. So therefore it may run slower. The dual core may have a substantially higher clock speed, which may make it run faster. There we go, we've really nailed those 3 marks now.